Okay, we are back on the record in, oh, I don't have the agent. Oh, here she is. She's calling back in. Okay, we are now back on the record in People of the State of Michigan versus Brandon Freeman. And Mr. Feigelson, how are we proceeding on this?
Yes, Your Honor, I just had an opportunity to have a conversation with Mr. Freeman. He wishes to make admissions to the violation today, Your Honor.
Okay, is that right, Mr. Freeman?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Freeman, as I said, you have the right to a contested hearing. If you plead guilty, you will not have a contested hearing, and you'll give up the rights that go along with it. That includes the right to have the allegations proven, the right to have the witnesses against you appear at the hearing and to be able to cross-examine them, the right to have this court order any witnesses that you might have to appear at the hearing, and also the right to testify yourself at the hearing if you wanted to. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
Has anyone made any promises in order to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Anyone used any threats or other kinds of pressure?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you did violate probation?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a whole bunch of dates here that it says you failed to attend the MRT programming in December of 2020, and then a bunch of dates this year. Is that true that you failed to attend those dates?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then tell me about employment. Have you obtained it?
Yes.
Now you have?
Oh, not really. But yes.
Oh, okay. And have you made any payments on your court assessments?
No, ma'am.
And did you do the mental health evaluation that you were required to do?
No.
Okay. The court finds the plea is understandingly, voluntarily, and knowingly made. It is supported by the testimony. The plea of guilty is accepted, and Mr. Freeman is found guilty of probation violation. Agent Mills, is there a recommendation?
Your Honor, I resumed supervision of Mr. Freeman after his last show cause hearing when he was ordered to complete the tether. I have been trying to get him into compliance and attend MRT, get a job, things like that. And I just have not been able to motivate him to complete these things. He's indicated his lack of attendance in MRT was due to internet issues. I've made backup plans about he could go to his parents and use the internet. He could go to a library and use the internet, just other things he could do to be successful. Each time he has 101 reasons as to why he couldn't attend. I, have tried to talk to him about these things. He's not very open to feedback. He becomes agitated very easily. He's made several statements that Pat and myself need to learn how to do our jobs. Made statements that he records our phone conversations, tries to control me by saying what information I can text to him and what I can't, because it's his girlfriend's phone, I think, because his was shut off. He's very difficult to supervise. Ultimately, I think he could probably additionally benefit from more treatment, such as some anger management classes, but he's not willing to do the treatment that he has. This is his fourth technical violation, meaning that our recommendation can fall within any number of days up to the remaining eligible jail sentence due to him not being able to comply with treatment. And this is his third show cause in front of Your Honor for similar violations. I do not feel that he's a good candidate for supervision. So I'm recommending that his probation be revoked with 90 days jail with credit for 7 days served.
7, you said?
7, yes.
All right. Thank you. And Mr. Feigelson, I'll hear from you.
Yes, thank you. A couple of things. Obviously, Mr. Freeman's a young individual here, Your Honor. And obviously the pandemic's been difficult for everyone, and he's had a lot of issues being able to connect to the computer and other different things to do MRT. He also has a newborn child, and that's been a difficulty getting securing all the different things that requires. I think a lot of his attention has been focused on doing those things, Your Honor. I do believe this is his third violation, Your Honor, but despite that, this agent is relatively new to him, and I would ask that he be given another opportunity to stay on probation with an opportunity to do these courses and continue to take this serious, which I do believe he does take this serious. Another thing I wanted to point out, Your Honor, he did have employment after the November show cause. He was working from December through February, Your Honor. Unfortunately, that employment didn't work out, but I wanted to let the court know he did do some of the things she asked him to do between the show cause in November and the show cause that was filed in March of this year, Your Honor. I just want to let the court be aware of that. I would ask that he be continued on probation, Your Honor, and be given an opportunity to do these additional services. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Freeman, is there anything you wanted to say?
Yes, ma'am. It like Mr. Five said, it's just been very difficult for me. I just had a big move and stuff like that. I'm like a new homeowner. Like, you know, it's stuff that really that had to grab my attention. Like, I mean, it's either homelessness or not, or hunger or not, if you understand or not. I literally, it's just been very difficult. I'm a new father and stuff like that. My child is like a week old, less than a week old and stuff like that. The mother of my child can't even work right now. Like, she literally has to have like a 6-week break. She can't even like literally drive. So that would like break everything. That would like literally break my heart, like to do anytime like right now. But I would add that I was negligent on going to my classes on MRT, but it was for a good reason. I never did it out of ill intent or just trying to evade anything. I talked to my probation officer. Whenever she called me, I pick up the phone. I wasn't trying to evade anything. I wasn't just making up excuses or just trying to feed her bull. Everything that I explained to her was of a good reason. It's either my child, rent, or something, I promise. And with the mental health program, I didn't even know that was like court ordered. My mom said that. I thought that was just something that she added in there. I don't even talk to my mom. My mom lives in a whole different city from me. We don't even speak. I haven't really lived with my mom since I was 15. She put that in there, ma'am. So I don't even have the money to pay for that. If it was court ordered and you guys gave me a psychologist or something like from the court, I would go, surely. But like, you know, and things are settling down now. So I have no problem going to class. I've been going to my recent classes. And even one of the dates that was recent, I went to class and they're refusing to acknowledge me going. I even turned in an assignment on that date. He passed me on that date and told me, you know what I mean, that I had a pass. So I tried to get in contact with him. He told me to take it up with my probation officer. So I haven't been able to talk to anybody about anything. I don't mean to get rude. If it comes off rude or aggressive, I don't mean to. I apologize. I try to stay as respectful as possible. I've never called anybody out of their name. I've never gone and told anybody anything derogatory, anything. If my tone comes off like that, I just speak with a passion and I apologize for that. And that's it.
All right, thank you. Well, it just seems to me, Mr. Freeman, that you are able to meet your obligations with regard to, for instance, your child, but and other people in your family, but you are not able to meet your obligations to this court and to the probation term that you're on. And that just shows me, though, that you are able to do it, but you seem to be unwilling to do it. And these are not just like one miss. This is multiple misses on multiple days, multiple different violations. The agent is correct in pointing out that these are technical violations, but you're at 4 or more easily when you count different transactions, different violations out of different transactions, we're up to far more than 4. So revocation is permitted at this point, and I am going to revoke your probation and your YTA status and sentence you to 90 days in jail with
Am I have a newborn?
with credit for 7 days already served. And you must report to the jail on Friday, April 9th by 5 p.m. and to begin serving the 90 days with, again, the credit for 7 days already served. Mr. Freeman, you have the right to file an application for leave to appeal your conviction and your sentence in this matter. You're entitled to an attorney at public expense to assist you in doing that. If you're making a request for one, you have to make it within 42 days of today's date. There is a form that tells more about that. We will send it to you. You should just be aware that the time for the appeal starts running from today's date. And you just need to remember that it's your obligation to report to the jail by 5 p.m. on Friday. All right, that will conclude the hearing.
Excuse.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yep, have a good day.
Mr. Day, can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Stevens, were we expecting anyone else for this sentencing? I just have a couple people in my waiting room that I can't identify.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. I just wondered if. Okay. This is People of the State of Michigan versus Maurice Day, docket number 20-568FC. And this is the time set for sentencing, Mr. Day. Can you just confirm for me that you did agree to do the sentencing remotely?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Day, you were convicted of possessing a firearm in the commission of a felony. That is a 2-year mandatory prison sentence. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. You are represented by Mr. Kuntz. And Mr. Kuntz, have you had a chance to go through the pre-sentence report with your client? You're muted.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have gone over the pre-sentence report. I have not specifically talked my client through it. We've had issues getting my schedule to align with the jails, so I have not gone through it item by item with him. I believe we provided it to him.
Well, you have to go through the pre-sentence report with your client for a sentencing. Why wouldn't you have done that before the sentencing?
Understood, Your Honor. I'm not quite sure when it was uploaded to our system, but I haven't been able to get to the jail, and
Okay,
I know we provided it to him, but
I'm gonna have to adjourn the sentencing because it is required that you go through the pre-sentence report with your client. I can tell you on the face page, I made one correction already. I crossed out per the Killebrew agreement a flat 2-year sentence since it's required by law, not per a Killebrew agreement. So you can start from there, but I will reset. Let me get a date to reset this. Oh, okay, thank you. Next Monday, which will be April 12th at 2:15.
Judge, I'm not in all next week. I'm out on vacation all next week.
Can someone cover it for you?
I'm sure I can make arrangements. Libby,
I think-
Ms. Allen saying yes.
Your colleague is indicating yes, so that would be great. All right, then, 1 week from today, April 12th at 2:15.
Thank you, Your Honor.